I'd like to thank everyone here for making it out tonight, despite the fact that we're in the last frantic weeks of the great San Francisco lock-in of September to December 2025. As you might have noticed or be aware, I am not from around here. The problem I'm facing with this debate is that I've been very kindly invited here to your beautiful city, where I've walked your streets, I've eaten your food, I've accepted your hospitality. All of you have very kindly come out here to hear me out. And in return, I'm expected to tell you all why this is the worst city in the world. And the only way to fix it... Give me a chance, you'll see. The only way to fix it is by gently scattering the entire Bay Area with about 10 to 12 neutron bombs. This really is what I think. But I don't want to be ungrateful. So to even things out, I'm going to start by saying some things I genuinely really do like about San Francisco. I have 1.5. So number one, I don't know if you know about this, it's kind of a hidden gem. If you walk about 4 blocks north of here, they have sea lions. They're great. They're very talkative, they're gregarious, they like to hang out with each other in a kind of generally unplanned way. They don't wear name badges when they do it. As far as I can tell, none of them are currently building any apps. The half a point is that San Francisco is a very pretty city. It's got lots of nice little dinky, colorful houses. You've got antique streetcars trundling around everywhere. I'm afraid you only get half a point for that one, though, because it does make it much weirder to see what's actually happened here. San Francisco looks like a city where the main industries ought to be papier-mâché and tantric sex. Unfortunately, it is not. The only way I've found to really think about what's happened to this place is to imagine another great American city, let's say Chicago, has been suddenly taken over by people whose main activity is digging around in the dirt with their hands and counting the worms. And so within a few years, all the billboards on the street are about how you can count more worms than your competitors with a new advanced shovel. And if you walk down a nice street full of bars, there's basically no one in them because everyone's too busy in their gardens digging up worms. According to the worm counters, the city has never been better. It's the most important and dynamic place in the world, leading everywhere else in the important process of worm counting. How many worms are they counting in Paris or Rome? I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but you do realize, don't you, that in other cities, the advertising on the street is for things people actually might want. Clothes, a car, a crooked lawyer, Jesus. Here, absolutely every corner and every bus stop is covered in aggressively opaque B2B drivel. I've not been in town for very long, but I can give you just a few of the signs I've seen since I've arrived. Here's one. Go from AI silos to work that flows. Drivel. Here's another. No one cares about your product. Make them. Terrifying. The third one's interesting. It says, Soham Parekh had 5 jobs. Ava has hundreds. She's built different. Hire Ava, the AI BDR. This one I had to investigate. A BDR, if you're a civilian like me, is an annoying way of describing a sales rep. Soham Parekh is a guy in India who took on remote jobs for 5 different Silicon Valley startups at once and was eventually fired for doing a generally terrible job at all of them. The company behind the ad is essentially a dashboard for sending cold emails that people don't want to receive. So you put them all together, and what this thing is saying is that you can baffle and infuriate your customers with the power of AI. Amazing. Finally, here's one from the San Francisco Medical Center. Get the care you need for your child's mental health. The result of all of this is that visiting San Francisco feels like being trapped in a kind of Playmobil toy town that's recently been assimilated by the Borg. It does not help that inside every one of those nice Victorian houses, there's a person who makes $800,000 a year but seemingly can't afford a bed frame. There's a kitchen full of supplements with the most terrifyingly advanced Chinese peptides known to man, but no actual food. And no cutlery except for a single plastic fork. Meanwhile, your beautiful streets are also full of people hunched over at weird angles or drooling into the sidewalk, while driverless cars zoom around with absolutely nobody inside. Spending any amount of time in San Francisco is, I'm sorry, it's a crushing and miserable experience, because this city actively militates against everything that's good in ordinary human life. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So it sounds to me like you don't like San Francisco. But the question is San Francisco back? And doesn't really matter if you like it or not. The question is this city back? And also, I guess, should it be nuked? My position is it is back and it should not be nuked yet. And that's all. I'm not arguing that San Francisco is perfect. I'm not arguing it's the best city in the world. I'm not even arguing it's especially great, honestly. You could hate it. I don't care. I'm arguing that it's back. This is both objectively true and true in a more important and abstract way that I will get to in a moment. But yes, the correct number of burglaries, open-air drug markets, and piles of literal human shit on the ground is 0, and we have a lot of work to do there. I will grant you that. Yes, our politicians are mostly retarded. At least one of our supervisors is genuinely malevolent, and probably a bunch of these people, the supervisors, and their deranged barista kind of friends running our sprawling NGO complex are literally robbing us. I know it's true, it's coming, I get it. It's also really fucking cold. The city's got a lot of problems. I know this because I wrote about a lot of these problems. I started in 2020, and I think, thank you. I started largely out of desperation as I watched the actual craziest people alive apparently choose destruction. But I've traveled all around the country, and crime, decay, and inability to build, and the worst people alive somehow totally in power, are the problems facing every city in America. Every single one of them. The difference between San Francisco and Boston is not that Boston is better, but that in San Francisco, we actually talk about our problems. Publicly, loudly, sort of obnoxiously online, on Twitter, all the time. And I think the reason you hear so much about the city's degradation is there are so many people here who refuse to accept decay as the status quo, and they're actively fighting to make it better. They have now been talking, thank you, and fighting for years. And the fight has had a major impact. So just from the last year, violent crime is down 20%. Murder is down 13%. Robberies are down 24%. Nonviolent crime is down 29%. In terms of the Texodus that was, San Francisco's business taxes are set to jump nearly 11% next year, indicating people are literally coming back. It's back. It's just like an objective fact. This is, riding a massive historic wave of excitement in artificial intelligence, but we are now expecting the city's corporate gross receipts tax revenue to rise $1.4 billion. It's around 100 million more than anticipated, bringing in over $1 billion more than our current fiscal year. So rents are up is another problem of ours, but that's because people want to live here. This is what happens when people really, really, really want to live somewhere. San Francisco's a bull-run city. It has been since its founding in the gold rush. Optimism, with a sense that all of our best days are ahead of us, and this is sort of the abstract thing that I think is the real reason we're back, is core to our identity. This is sort of an American concept that our future is where we live, that we could be great, that the best thing is coming. And while all of the objective benchmarks indicate progress in this city and growth, it's this sense that something really great is coming which almost everyone here seems to feel well, maybe not everyone. That's what makes me excited about this city, and that's what makes me think that it's back. I think San Francisco still has a million problems, which we, unlike almost every other city in the world, and certainly any other major city in the country, are actually addressing. That doesn't just make this city something that's not failing. It makes it the city in America with the greatest potential. And respectfully, I would reconsider the nuclear bomb.
Okay. Thank you for describing problems that the city used to have that I wasn't even aware of. It's great to know that there used to be even more shit on the streets. Worse than I thought. It's entirely possible that corporate tax receipts are up in San Francisco. I think that's wonderful. If you're happy with that, then I'm very happy for you. If your ideal of a city is a place with minimal shit on the streets and high corporate tax receipts, allow me to introduce you to Zurich. You would love it. You would have a fantastic time. You can sit on top of an enormous pile of Nazi gold. I'm sure that would appeal. I guess fundamentally the difference is that I think a city is a place where human beings live in a way that befits human beings. And that seems to militate against some of the ways in which San Francisco is, as you put it, improving. I think a city with more of the people that I describe and fewer crazy people screaming on the streets is actually, in many ways, worse. You say that optimism is a deeply American concept, and this is true. I'm not American. You may have worked that out. I am a citizen of a declining country with a former empire. So you may not be with me now, but give it a moment. I hear you're selling a lot of chips to China. You will join us in misery. It's okay, it's fine. You can just let the dirt fall over you. It's restful, it's peace. Thank you.
So if I heard you correctly, you acknowledge that there's less shit on the ground.
Sure.
We've already established that you don't like the city. The question is it back? And I think you've proved that it is. You told me yourself. We're back. We're better. We're better than ever. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like what it was. We just have to answer the question of whether or not people in the city are now back on a forward motion and a feeling that things are back and better. Why is that a whoa? It's a great question. It's like, where are we back to? Oh my God! He asked it. Oh shit! What? No, we're back. There are two things. I've thought about this a bit. I think in a very sort of obvious sense, 2020 was this massive deflationary period in the city. 2019 was the height of exuberant optimism. And I think we're roughly back to that feeling that a lot is happening in San Francisco and people want to be there. But the more important thing that we're back to is a sense that the best days are ahead of it rather than things are going to decline and get worse. I think 2020 was scary for people who lived here and loved the city. I was in the hate when I started our Substack. And I mostly was writing about this stuff. It was depressing and nerve-wracking and really depressing. Like Substack kind of lifted me up out of a depression. Writing about this stuff was how I exercised those demons. And I don't think many people feel that way anymore. And so if the question is, do you hate San Francisco? It's like, listen, I get it. I've written it, I get it. There are a lot of bad things. But if the question is, are we back? I think it's just beyond dispute.
Okay. Okay, so it's interesting that you bring up
The shit?
the chronology, the comparing San Francisco as it is today to the past. I mean, Jasmine, earlier you spoke about the many waves of people who have come here, the gold miners, the beatniks, and so on. And it is true that the history of San Francisco is a history of people coming here because this city gave them the freedom to do something that the rest of society did not like. And every time, whether it was the gold miners or the hippies or the beatniks or the gays, other people would complain that all these inventive and idealistic young souls are ruining San Francisco. I think the current infestation is different. And I think the difference is that tech people are not human. So anthropologists have identified a set of universal characteristics that exist in every human society. There is, for instance, no human society that does not in some way use tools. We all use language. We all have some institution of marriage. And we all produce some kind of music. And I'll admit that tech people are capable of using tools. They're actually quite good at it. But as for the others, language, I think I've already discussed the billboards you have up there. Marriage is very much out. Tech people either live like termites in eusocial polyamorous mounds or simply avoid sex altogether. But I think most notably, the tech industry is the only Bay Area subculture to have never produced any of its own music. Instead, your contribution to global culture is software for churning out AI-generated crap. Your version of Jefferson Airplane or the Dead Kennedys or E40 is We Are Charlie Kirk. I believe that if a 19th century explorer had come across San Francisco in the year 2025 in the middle of the jungle, they wouldn't even recognize it as a human city. They would assume that they had come across a troop of highly advanced apes. This may be back to you. It may be an improvement to revert to the level of the ape, but I think that whether you want to admit it or not, you know that something has gone very badly wrong here, and I'm afraid the task is for you, the people of San Francisco, to learn how to be human again.
Well, that was amazing. I don't think you should move here. My sense, genuinely, and I don't want this to come across as too harsh, but I don't think you would enjoy it. But probably people would love to have you here. And if we're getting away from the actual debate, which is, is it back? And the question is just, is it good? I would say that a giant crowd of people who invite you here to shit on them, and then applaud crazily, by the way, like mortifying, honestly. The way an American will listen to a British person tell them they're a piece of shit and just be like, please, daddy, give me more, is fucking absurd.
That's my career.
Which brings me back to my original position, which is that sometimes, honestly, a lot of the time, and certainly right this second in this crowd, I don't like this city either. But the question is it back? And it is. And I'm right, and you guys know it. Thank you. Sit. Yo. Sit.
Do we have that? Yeah.
Oh, this is exactly how tall I am. That was something. They say that people in San Francisco, as both Mike and Sam have observed, really are into all these weird sex things. They're into BDSM and whatever. There's a lot of masochism, I admit, going on with our decision to invite Sam here. But, as a SF partisan, the fight is not over till it's over. So I am going to ask people to vote for each side. So I'm going to say, if you are excited about Mike's side, if you think Mike made the better case, again, disregarding your personal feelings, you're going to make noise and raise the Mike Solana for mayor signs if you have them. And then likewise, when I say, do you think Sam made the better case, you will also make some noise and raise the Sam Kriss for mayor signs. So acquire the correct sign as best as you can without knocking somebody out. And we will begin. Okay. So, quiet for a second. Amazing. If you believe that Mike Solana made the better case case tonight, that San Francisco is back, please make some noise. Okay, solid. And if you believe that Sam Kriss made the better case tonight, that San Francisco is not, in fact, back, please make some noise. Amazing. Well, congratulations, Sam. We really are a city of masochists. I bestow upon you your prize. It is a mug and a t-shirt. I heart New York. You look great. You look great in it. Woo! Thank you for coming.